pretty clear idea of where it is you wanted to do. You know, you had an affinity for, I guess, aircrafts, and so on. What would you say to someone who feels like they don't have skills, or feel like they don't really have that outstanding thing that is, that I guess was driving you, that they feel like they're just kind of swaying, they're just kind of, okay, I mean, I find myself here, so okay. So what would you say to someone who is still struggling to find that passion, so to speak?
Yeah, in terms of with those that are struggling, I would say one of the things you need to do is seek counsel from people. So
Okay.
apologies if you see me looking this way. I'm looking at
No,
my
no, no,
screen
no,
because
no,
I'm
no, that's
making some
fine, that's
notes
fine,
and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to try and be concise in
that's fine,
terms of
that's
the
fine.
discussion. In terms of people who are struggling to find a purpose, I'd say number one is to seek counsel from people.
Okay.
I'd say ask for help. It's something that cannot be
Understated.
understated.
Yes.
And sometimes we need to be able to go on a discovery.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you need to be able to explore certain things, expose yourself to certain elements that will kind of like, cause these things to stir up within that God has placed within you. And
That is true.
if you don't go through that path of discovery, those things
You
will
never
just lie
really,
dormant.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need to be able to expose yourself, and you need to be able to, sometimes put under pressure, because, like, within pressure causes us to, it causes us to bleed, causes some certain things to come out of us and unveil certain traits,
That
and
is
that's the
true.
only way we can, are you gonna either suppress to or succumb to the pressure, or you're gonna
Or will
step
you
up to the
step
mark?
up?
Yeah,
That is
are you
true.
gonna grow up to it? So I think that's a certain element which you need to do. And
That's
then another
amazing.
point is
Sorry,
in terms
just
of
not to cut you off, just to add to your
yeah,
point, because as you were speaking, I was thinking if there are there are people in a different social class, people who have a lot of money, have a lot of opportunities, and the thing about these people is they provide their children with a lot of opportunities. So they're likely to send them to summer camps. They're likely to maybe put them in swimming after school, or maybe give them gymnastics. All these other things. And the idea really is just to like expose them to, okay, do you think you may like this? Do you think you may have an affinity for this? Do you think this is something you may want to do and take up as maybe a further career? Do you understand? But then the thing is, I guess when you don't have as much money and really all you're thinking about is, okay, I need to provide for my children, or they need to be clothed. I just need to make sure they're good. As parents, it is also something that could be to their detriment if all they are doing is just being at home. Do you understand? And they're not really being exposed to different occupations or different areas, and they're kind of just being left in one place. So I think that's something young parents as well as younger people as well. So the idea here, what we're trying to say really is get involved in a range of things, in a range of places. Find yourself in different societies, and then you never know which one it may be. Sorry to cut you off, bro. I just wanted to just touch on
no
that.
worries. And just to back off on that point, which you said in terms of let's not try and blame our parents because they didn't really know too much. You know what I mean?
True.
From the way they've been brought up, I think we're in a fortunate position where we've been exposed to certain things.
That is
You know,
true.
when you go to secondary school in the UK, they're like, oh, you need to sign up for this sport or join this. When you go to university, or the different societies,
Oh yes.
which you can tickle your fancy, whatever. And that's the way you can usually find some of these discoveries, even though you're doing a course in university. Where you might find out, oh, actually, I prefer, something.
Maybe the arts. Maybe I prefer
Performing
dance.
arts,
I
yes,
prefer
so photography or something like that. Yeah, and those are the ways to kind of discover and go on the journey of discovery.
Okay.
And I think also sometimes it might be difficult for people to be able to begin or even stay committed to this discovery if they are always been if they've always been in the same place, if they've been with the same specific five
Group.
people
Yes.
yes, and if they've had the same information being fed to them, it's almost, I'd say it's almost impossible, but extremely difficult for you to be able to go on a phase of discovery if you don't have if you don't revolve or if you don't evolve as a person. And I think it's sometimes we need to step out of our comfort zone.
That is
You know,
true. That is true.
in terms of like, you know, like if there's if you know, like coming back to the performing arts, if you know that all your 5 friends, they don't want to hear anything about art, but you know it's something that when you watch certain programs or
You
certain
analyze
movies,
it differently.
and
You see things
analyze
differently.
it differently. Yeah, you see it, and, you know, and you're like, why am I breaking? Why do I have this concept to be able to see these things that people don't see? So that might be an invitation to your purpose, you know. And then there's no point in you sitting and you know and festering on the same thing, but you need to step out. Okay, if all my friends don't have anything to do with art or not related enough, who can I speak to? You know, what I mean, who can I connect myself to? What groups on this? And I think this is where I can speak on behalf of LinkedIn, places like LinkedIn, where you can have a bit of professional networking. So if you're not on LinkedIn, join LinkedIn. You know what I mean? Yeah, LinkedIn. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, LinkedIn. LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Sorry, IN. Sorry, yeah. LinkedIn. It's a professional platform, and you can kind of join certain societies or groups that are linked to yours. You can find people that, you know, like that in an industry you're particularly interested in, and send them a link, you know, just send them a
little message, a little something.
Yeah, just to say, you know,
asking for advice.
I'm passionate about this. Yeah. And I'd say 9 out of 10 times or 8 out of 10 times, the people would usually respond back to you. You know what I mean? Like, if they're even super busy, you still, like, you know, you still have to probably push through. But I think that's something. Just step out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? And we can't overstate, you know, the importance of prayer. You know, and asking God to direct you. And also strengthen your relationships, because it's always key to, you know, to be able to nurture relationships which you have around you. And don't be I think it's a issue or a challenge within our Christian faith, because a lot of us try to group ourselves with other Christians. We tend not to, like, if we're talking to unbelievers, it's like, oh no, you know, like they're not gonna, yes, they might not have the same spiritual you know, background as you might have, but they might not believe in the same things you believe in. But on that level of communication, you can still be able to relate with them, and they can pour certain things into you, and then you'll be like, oh, I never thought about this before, you know. So, like, never try and limit your, you know, your
so it's really more about broadening out and making sure you're interacting with as many people who think differently, and then you just to really get a better scope of where you would like to go.